Hey everyone, and welcome back to Behind the Game. I'm your host, Grace Mott, and I'm joined today by CHC's very own bowling members, Jeff Bowling and Taylor Graham. The Griffins are now 3-7 in the conference. Their next set of matches are Saturday, February 28th and Sunday, March 1st. Now, Jess, Taylor, tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Okay, I'll go first. I'm Taylor. I'm technically a junior. Technically, we'll get there. But I am majoring in biology and minoring in chemistry. I just started bowling my freshman year. It was not really like I've been doing this since high school thing. No, I really just started. But yeah, this is my second year playing.
My name is Jess. I'm a junior. I double major in criminal justice and psychology, and then I have the paralegal certificate minor. I also was a walk-on. I joined my sophomore year, and I'll be honest, I joined because I thought it would be funny with my last name. But now I'm here.
Wow, you guys are both busy.
Yeah.
So you guys are one of the smaller teams here.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say that has helped you or harmed you in ways? Like, how does that make you guys feel?
I feel like having a smaller team is more beneficial because we know each other on a more one-to-one basis. There's never like any types of problems or anything. It's also easier for travel. Like, we drive ourselves to practice. When we go for these tournaments, we normally get like 2 hotel rooms and we're good. So
It's pretty nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, since we're smaller, it's like more close-knit. We know each other's triggers when we're at the alley, so we can help each other out. It's really our job to like make sure each other's like amped up to go on their next shot. But I would say like one downside about it is like team is full of 6 girls. So
Yeah.
one, she's not necessarily cleared to play. So let's say you need 5 girls to participate in one match. If one of the girls is sick, we can't participate. So that's one of the downsides about it.
That's hard. But like you said, like it is such a close-knit feeling. You guys have those cheers at the bowling alley. I love
Yes.
those. They are so nice. Can you explain some of them?
Okay, so when we go first and we leave a couple of pins, we go again and we make the pins, like we knock them out, as we do chestnut, the rest of the team screams hill.
Okay.
So that's like our spares cheer. But our cheers for strikes is like, what's the first one? Strike that.
Girl.
We start singing strike that all on
That's
the
the
floor,
second
strike
one.
that. Oh, is it? Why do you correct me?
Because there's tick-tick.
Oh, yes, the first one is tick tick boom. Our second one is strike that.
Yeah.
Third one.
Oh.
These are like millennial cheers, by the way.
Yeah, it's really bad.
This
Our
is
coach
from-
came up with half of
This
it.
is from the bowling team that was here years ago. Way
The
before we
third
were
one
even
is
here.
the turkey thing.
Yes.
I even just like the high fives, like after when you guys all high five each other. I think
Yes.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
I feel like it's necessary because I'm not gonna lie, there'll be times like, okay, I'm good, I'm nice now. I'll get on that. I'm nice. But there'll be times where I have like a terrible shot and I'm like, whoa, did you guys see that? They're just coming back like, just give us a high five and go back.
Yeah. Like, if you roll a really bad ball, it's just like, all right, just walk away and smile. It's
You
fine.
got it. Like you guys said, you guys, you came in your sophomore year, you came in your freshman year. What got you into bowling? I said, no, you said your last name. But
Yeah.
Is there anything else that kind of went with that?
I mean, my dad used to bowl when he was younger. He's old, but it's just a hobby I've always had. Never took it seriously until college. So take that with what you want.
Yeah.
It was really when I graduated high school. Chase, she used to be on the bowling team. She graduated. She texted me over the summer. She's like, okay, how do you feel about bowling? I said, you know what? Let's just do it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I actually joined the team. My mom's like, oh, you know, I used to bowl in college. No, I didn't. You never told me. But yeah, it was really Chase who got me into it. And like, I kind of just stayed. I'm like, they're bringing in recruits. They're going to need somebody to be like, oh, this is how it went last year. Especially since I was like the only person who was actually going to tournaments besides Chase. And you were there as well.
I was
A guest bowler. So you're honorary bowling member.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Bowling is sort of a solo sport, but then there's also that team aspect of it. Do you ever find it hard, like, to play by yourself? Do you feel nervous, pressure, anything like that?
I feel like the first tournament of the season is always really bad. Your nerves are up, and it's kind of, how do I explain it? So for the first day during tournaments, we normally do traditional games, which each player has their full game, the full 10 frames. So I would say traditional games are a little more risky. You can easily make yourself very mad. It's very easy. But when it comes to the second day of the tournaments, it's like more team-wise, where each person has 2 frames.
Okay.
So the second day, they're called bakers. It's a lot easier to not get mad at yourself, but it's definitely a sport that tackles your mentality.
Yeah.
It is a mental game. It's surprising that you said traditional was harder because I think Baker's harder for me.
Do you really? I love
like,
Baker
okay,
games.
traditional, I get to check myself out and see like, all right, what do I need to fix? Where's my adjustments being made? When it's a Baker, I can't do that because it's the team playing one game. Whereas traditional, I can see my scores. Okay, what pins do I need to fill? How much do I need to fill so that we can beat the team next to us? Whereas if it's a Baker, you're really just depending on your next teammate to make a good shot. And I'm like, when I'm up there during the Baker, I'm like, I've really got to lock in. I got to lock in. Otherwise, if I don't get points up, and the next person, it's going to be like a continuation, like a domino effect. Like, so I feel like traditional is like a little bit easier for me, but Bakers really take me out.
I thought the Baker was fun. I didn't know you guys played 2 different styles either. Like going into it, I was like, oh wow, like this is completely different than just going to the bowling alley and play.
Yeah, the Baker was also fun because like you guys came with us. It was like you and a bunch of other soccer girls.
Yeah.
And you guys were like, oh, Taylor, you're just coming back so nonchalant from that. I'm like, I'm really trying not to panic.
No, you would like bowl and it was like you get a strike and you're like, yeah, whatever.
I'm like, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
One thing I ask all my guests is to describe what it's like to be a student athlete. We're all student athletes trying to maneuver this life. And so how do you guys balance lifts, matches, practices, and then your schoolwork? You guys are both have a major and a minor. I commend you for that. That's impressive. So how do you guys balance all that?
Me personally, I always say that I like to stay busy.
Okay.
It motivates me. I feel like if I don't have something to do, then I'm just gonna sleep and not do anything. So between school, college, between college, sports, and I work, I feel like it's easy to balance bowling because most of it's always on the weekend.
Okay.
Which is when we don't have classes and everything. This semester, I only have 1 practice during the week because of my classes. But it's still not that bad. We get there maybe 3 o'clock, 3:30, and we're there till roughly 5:30, sometimes 6. So it's not terrible, but it's just something else to do. It's more fun than like, oh, I have to go to practice. No, it's like, yay, I get to go throw my ball.
Yeah.
And the keeping myself busy part is so real. Like, I feel like I'm a workaholic.
Yes.
So when I'm thinking about like, okay, bowling season is over. Oh, what am I going to do? How do I fill my time? Like, I can't join anything else. But I can now. I can now. But it's like, I need something to do. So I feel like bowling is like really a way for me to get out of the school mentality. Because like, as you said, we're all in hard majors. If I'm thinking about bio or chemistry all the time, I'm going to like freak out.
Yeah.
So I feel like bowling is definitely an outlet rather than like a responsibility for me. And I feel like that's good. Also with the schooling, I feel like school just be too stressful to let sports stress you out. It's really,
that's actually really
it's a mental battle with all of it, but I really feel like sports should be an outlet for you to get that stress out of you, not stress you out even more.
Yeah, I really like that. Before we go, here's a quick update on the rest of the Griffs and their season. The women's basketball team is 10-7 in the conference right now. Their next game will be against the University of Bridgeport on Saturday, February 21st. They also clinched playoffs. Congrats, girls. The men's basketball team is 6-11 in the conference. Their next game is also against the University of Bridgeport this Saturday, February 21st. Our spring sports are beginning their seasons. Men's lacrosse plays Seton Hill Saturday, February 21st, and men's baseball just traveled to Myrtle Beach to play their annual tournament. As always, thank you for joining me on today's episode. I hope you guys join me next week when I interview our first spring sport of the season, women's lacrosse players Kendall Gayton and Nicole George.